Hey y'all, I'm getting ready to make some cream of chicken soup because I was starting to make a two hash brown casseroles and I didn't have any cream of chicken soup. I didn't have any cream of nothing soup. So it's gonna be quicker for me to make it than it is for me to run to the store. So what we're gonna do first is, let me see if I can turn this camera down so y'all will be able to see my pot. It's not really much to see right now, but I'm going to be putting, oh, towel fell. I'm going to be putting 1 stick of butter in this pot. And when my pan's already heating up. When it starts to sizzle and melt, then we're going to add in a cup of flour. And we're going to stir that up, basically kind of making a roux. So we're going to stir that up until it gets good and kind of browned up. It's going to look a little bit like sand is kind of what it ends up looking like. But anyway, then we're going to use a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, and some white pepper. So once we get our soup made, I'll kind of show y'all what else goes in the hash brown casserole. We have got some cheddar cheese. This is 4 cups, so 2 cups for each hash brown casserole. And then I've got some Ore-Ida mini tots. You can use any kind of tater tots, crispy crowns, shredded hash browns, any of that kind of thing. Now, if you use the kind that's, I think it's called Simply Potato or something like that, that's in the refrigerated section, they haven't really been cooked. I would probably throw those on a sheet pan, spray it with a little oil, throw them on a sheet pan and cook them for maybe 15 minutes or fry them up in the pan. I really like to use these because the crispy that's already on there just adds to your hash brown casserole. So we're going to put 1 bag in each pan, 2 cups of cheese. We're going to put about a half of a Vidalia onion in there. And we're going to put a 16-ounce container of sour cream in there. And then the soup that I'm making, the cream of chicken soup that I'm making, we're going to just put it in there and mix it up till it looks good. Probably about, 2 or 3 cups, depending on how much this makes. 2 or 3 cups will go in there. And then we're just going to mix it up. And you put it in the oven, uncovered on 350 for 30, 35, 40 minutes, just however long it takes it to kind of get bubbly and brown on the top. And that's kind of it. So our butter is bubbling up in here now. So I'm adding in 1 cup of the flour. Once this kind of gets brown, this will take 3 to 5 minutes. Once this kind of gets browned and ready for the rest, I'll come back on, okay? Okay, this is just about ready. I don't know if y'all can kind of see in there. It's kind of browned up. She's a little sandy looking. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this and turn the heat off on my burner. And then I'm going to take my 4 cups of chicken broth, and I'm going to just move this spoon out of my way first. I don't want to dip that in my sauces. What I really need to be doing is not stirring, but whisking. So you don't want this to get lumpy. So you only want to put in about 1/3 at a time, and you want to be able to kind of stir that up. And once we get this all whisked down in here, then we'll put another 1/3 in. Now this is doing it this way, it keeps it from getting lumpy. It's just gradually mixing the things in here. Alright, we'll put the next 1/3 in here. Guesstimate. Don't think I measured. Okay, we got 4 cups. We're going to just split it up. Alright, stir this up. Has anybody ever made cream of chicken or cream of mushroom, cream of asparagus, cream of celery? I'm just splashing everywhere. I'm glad I got a big pot. Y'all ever made any of that? Did you even know you could, or you thought it was only Campbell's in a can? You can make anything you want to make. If you can buy it in a can or a package, you can make it at home. And I'm telling you, this is much faster and going to be much better, really. than going up to the Food Line and getting some cream of chicken soup that's got all that processed salt and I don't know what all in there. Not that Food Line's bad, I ain't saying that. I'm saying any of that soup you're going to get is just processed. It's got stuff in it. Stuff that ain't too good for you. Alright? So now that we've got this in here, I'm going to whisk that up. Now I'm going to add in 3 Herbox bouillon cubes. Herbox, the best brand. No MSG. It's hard to find. I get it on Amazon. I buy a case of it at a time. 12 packs. So then we're going to put celery seed. And I'm going to use about 1/4 teaspoon. If you have celery salt, you can use that. I don't usually buy. I might just put actually 1/8 teaspoon, not 1/4. Okay? 1/8 looks good for that. You can use celery salt. If you do, you might want to only put 2 bouillon cubes. Now we're going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to put a teaspoon of onion powder. And we're going to put a teaspoon of white pepper. If you don't have white pepper, you can most definitely use your black pepper. It's just going to have little black specks in it, so that's fine. But I mean, this is going to have, you know, little celery seeds in there too, but I don't mind that. I like that. And it's going to be in a casserole, so nobody going to notice that anyway. Okay. So now I'm going to turn my burner back on. Well, actually now I've got some tempered milk. And all that means is I've warmed it up a little bit. I put it in the microwave, 2 cups for about 45 seconds. Because I don't want cold milk going in here because it's going to make it lumpy. So now I'm just going to stir this milk in here. Slowly. So I'm whisking it at the same time. Make sure there's no lumps. You want good creamy soup. It's cream of, not lump of. Alright, so now we've got our delicious, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's all it is. Now we're going to put it back on the burner. We're going to turn it up on about medium. And we're going to stir it. Keep on whisking it so it doesn't get lumpy and stick to the bottom. This is something you got to, you know, tend to. Some things you got to tend to them like a little baby, right? So this is one of those things you need to tend to it a little bit. But it's going to come to a boil. And then we're going to let it just boil for about a minute or 2, and then it's going to be done. I'm not going to let y'all hang out while I'm doing this, so once it starts to come to a boil, I'll holler back at you. Alright, so I should have specified too, you really don't want this to come to a rolling boil. You want to start seeing the little bubbles right around the edges. And then just cook it for about 2 minutes after that. But you really don't want your soup to, with all this cream in it, to really come to a boil, a rolling boil. It's just starting to get the little bubbles around the edge now. And it's getting nice and thick and pretty. This is going to be good soup. Alright. Can y'all see this soup? Let's see. Can you see that it's thickened up? It smells so yummy, y'all. Alright. I'm gonna say that soup is done. Let's give her a little taste, see what it tastes like. Let me turn this burner on. Alright. Campbell's ain't got nothing on me. It's delicious. So we're going to take this over to the table and we're going to put this hash brown casserole together.